So, good morning, student. Welcome to the third lecture of business communication class. I hope you are doing very well. So, today we will be discussing on oral and written business communication. So, I guess that you have gone through the past two lecture of mine, and there we have discussed what is the basics of oral communication, what are the types of business written business communication. So today we will be detailing discussing about the oral and written business communication. So moving forward, what is oral communication? Before moving forward, so a learning objective for today is understand the oral communication principle. We will be learning the clarity, tone, and audience awareness. We will be also learning about the structuring messages effectively, the importance of feedback and responsiveness. Also, we will master conversation control and empathy, how it is guiding discussion towards desired outcome, how active empathy is used to build trust and rapport between the colleagues and the different clients in the organization. The learning will also develop listening and non-verbal skills. It will also make you understand effective business writing, that is, writing with clarity, consciousness, and professionalism. And also, in this topic, we will be learning the 3 by 3 writing process, that is, the pre writing, the writing, and the revising. So, let's move forward with the lecture. So, what is oral communication? Oral communication is the process of exchanging information through spoken words, that is, the word we speak, along with supporting elements like the tone, the gesture, and the interaction. So, what are the key components? The key components would be the words, the tone, the gestures, the interactions. So, what is words? Words are the choice of language and the clarity of message you select. The tone, the pitch, the voice pace, and the emotional quantity of voice. The ups and downs of the voice you use is known as the tone of your voice. Then the gesture. Gesture is the body language. What is body language? The body language may include your facial expression, hand movement, and interaction. Interaction is a two-way communication involving feedback and responses. Okay. So, what are the features of oral communication? Features of oral communication include immediate feedback and quiet response, personal and direct mode of communication, flexible and adaptable during conversation, relies on both verbal and non-verbal cues, meaning the the immediate feedback, the mode of communication, that is the platform you are using the communication, how flexible you are, how dif- difficult to easy words are you using, and of course both verbal and non-verbal cues. So these are all the features of oral communication. Examples can be face-to-face conversation, telephone or video calls like we are doing, meetings and presentations, group discussions and interviews. Okay, clear enough? So moving forward, what is the importance of business? So it's the oral communications importance in businesses. First is it helps in builds relationship and trust. It enhances clarity and reduces misunderstanding. That is, the more clear in your communication you will be, there will be reduced misunderstanding. Then it supports teamwork and collaboration. It's essential for leadership and decision making. So most of the leaders in your company, or like the leaders or the good managers you will be meeting in your life, you will see that they are very good in communication. Through communication, half of the work is done. They can motivate people, they can make people understand what they actually want to say. So, moving forward, importance of oral communication. So, faster feedback. What is faster feedback? The more you give clarity for your communication, it enables immediate clarification of doubt, reduces chances of misunderstanding, it speeds up decision making and problem solving. It also builds strong relationship. It encourages trust and transparency. Oral communication also improves client and team engagement. It also enhances teamwork. It promotes collaboration and idea sharing. It helps resolve conflict quickly. So it is one of the essential for leadership management because it helps the leaders inspire and motivate teams. It also facilitates clear direction, vision sharing. It is also like it is something like building the trust within the organization, building the trust within the team, and maintaining the credibility. Like the what the leaders do, they actually maintain trust, credibility, and they influence others to work properly in the organization. So it improve overall efficiency. As a result, it saves time compared to written communication in many of the cases. It also increases productivity through quick interaction, and it also supports better coordination and across the team. So, moving forward, forms of oral communication, or you can also say this is the type of oral communication. So, what are the types of oral communication? First one is face to face communication. Face to face communication is direct personal interaction between individual. That is two persons sitting in front of each other talking with each other. Second is meetings. What are meetings? Meetings are in the form of formal or informal group discussion. One person or maybe more person will share their plans, problem solving, decision making, and a group of people sitting together, they will understand the decision plans and they will come to a conclusion. What how it helps? It encourages participation and idea exchange. Third one is presentation. What is presentation? Structured delivery of information to an audience. For example, like just what at present I'm doing, I'm giving a structured information in the form of PPT presentation to a group of students. I don't know from where you are learning this. So this is an online program. So you are listening this structured PPT presentation at your preferred places. So presentation is also a very effective form of oral communication. It requires clarity, confidence, and visual support. It often used in business proposals, trainings, and briefings. Sorry. So the next type of oral communication is phone or video call. What is phone or video call? Remote communication across distance. The communication we do when calling to someone. The distance doesn't matter here. In video call and phone call, the phone calls rely on voice, tone, and clarity. How clear we are speaking and how our tone is, that is decided by this forms of oral communication. So, video calls can include visual cues, improve understanding. So, suppose if I am talking with you, I'm lecturing this session. I have a blunt expression. I don't smile. I just look on the screen. I'm just reading out the slides. It's not that. You have to be expressive enough to reach to the audience. So, your visual cues, your facial expression is very, very important in oral communication. And the last one is group discussion. Group discussion is interactive exchange of ideas among multiple participants. So, there is a group of people sitting in one place and they exchange ideas on a very particular topic. So it enhances critical thinking and perspective sharing. It is also common in interviews, academic, and team environment. So, moving forward, what are the principles of successful oral communication? So, So far, we have learned what is the definition of oral communication and what are the forms or types of oral communication. But what are the principles of successful oral communication? First principle is clarity. If you don't have clarity, then you won't be able to communicate. You fail at that moment. So first is clarity. Clarity is express ideas in a simple and understandable manner. It avoids jargon and unnecessary complexity. Ensure the message is well structured and purposeful. So you have to maintain these 3 points while you start your oral communication. Second is confidence. Confidence is speak with assurance and maintain a steady tone. Use appropriate eye contact and body language. Builds credibility and trust with the audience. So, if you make your eye contact with the people sitting in front of you, automatically they will respond back with their visual cues. So, it gives you a confident and trust between the two parties. Third one is consciousness. Consciousness deliver the message in a brief and focused way, avoid repetition and irrelevant details, helps maintain audience attention. So you have to maintain audience attention. To get audience attention, you have to repeat few things in a different tone and voice and body language. Fourth one is courtesy. Courtesy is very important because courtesy makes your body language change. Always use polite and respectful language. Be considerate of the listener's perspective. Your listener may not understand you at first. They may ask questions. So be patient and ultimately promotes positive relationships and a professional image. Next is correctness. What is correctness? Use accurate fact. Don't give facts that are not accurate. Use proper grammar. Use proper pronunciation. Ensure information is reliable and up to date. Don't use very old information to communicate on a recent topic. Also prevent confusion and enhances credibility. So it will everything will just prevent confusion and your credibility will increase and you will become an effective oral communicator. Moving forward, what is clarity in speaking? So, what is clarity? I've been talking about this word so many times. You have to be clear in your voice, you have to be clear in your body language. Clarity is the first rule of an effective good communicator. So, what is this? Let's discuss the clarity in detail. So, first is language. Use simple language. Choose easy, familiar words for better understanding. Avoid jargon. What is jargon? Jargons are flashy words, uh, difficult English terms. So let's avoid that because your motive is not to show people that how good you are in communication or how good you are in English language. Your motive is whatever you are going to communicate, it should be clearly understandable to the person or to the group sitting in front of you. So avoid jargon. Don't use too much of technical terms or too much of complex vocabulary. Ensure the message is accessible to all the audience. So understand the audience and then choose your language. Okay. Second is avoid ambiguity. Be precise and specific in your statement. Eliminate vague or confusing expression. Clearly define key points to prevent misinterpretation. Suppose you are talking, you are conversing, but you are not showing any kind of expression. What will happen? The audience will feel bored, they will not understand, they will lose patience, or there will be some misinterpretation that the speaker is not liking us. Okay. Third one is structure thoughts logically. What is that? Organize your ideas in a clear sequence. That is, let's break your idea into beginning, middle, and end. Make it a three part and then start speaking. Use signposting. That is, firstly, and move the time I moved one slide to another slide, what I'm using, moving forward. So use some words like firstly, I want to say this. So second is this. Next, we can move towards this. And finally, coming to the conclusion. So these are the words that will connect your thoughts into a single line. This will help you to guide your listener. And the third one is present one idea at a time for better clarity. So what I am doing, I am breaking the small parts of communication into slides and making one presentation at a time for better understanding and clarity. Next is stay focused on the message. Stick to the main topic without unnecessary deviation. Avoid overloading of information and repeating points. Keep communication purposeful and relevant. Enhance understanding. Use examples or simple analogies where needed. Pause appropriately to allow processing. Encourage questions and feedback for clarity. So, I hope you have understand this. So next is confidence in communication. Confidence is, of course, first confidence develops when you do a eye contact. So create a strong connection with the audience by showing sincerity, attentiveness, and honesty because it helps capture and retain audience interest. The moment you give eye contact, they will also give you eye contact and they will try to listen to you. Second is adopt positive posture. Stand or sit upright with open body language. Avoid closed gesture like crossed arm or like sloughing, like move like this. So it reflects confidence, professionalism, and approachability. Use strong voice modulation. Speak clearly with appropriate volume and space. Vary tone and pitch to highlight key points. When you are highlighting maybe some important points, to up your pitch. When you are just speaking, you can maintain a moderate tone. So just make your tone modulation so that the communication becomes interesting. Avoid monotone delivery to keep the audience engaged. What is monotone? Monotone is a single tone that you are using. There is no high pitch, low pitch, or there is no variation while you are speaking. Then is project self confidence. What's project self confidence? Believe in messages and knowledge. Minimize filter words. For example, mm, oh, yeah, oh. So don't use such kind of sound or words. Practice improves fluency and reduces hesitation. For example, don't think too much while speaking. You may collect your thoughts and can pause for a few seconds, but don't stretch this time a lot because the more you don't speak, you will lose connection between the audience. So, and next and the third last point is engage with the audience. So this is the thing that it develops your confidence. Use pauses appropriately, ask questions, emphasizes effectively, respond confidently to the queries and the feedbacks they give you, and maintain a calm, composed, and controlled presence. Don't get agitated by few questions. Don't get agitated by people who are not able to understand and don't like just maintain a positive and a calm attitude. Next, moving forward, conscious and courtesy. What's conscious and courtesy? Conscious in communication is it deliver messages in a brief and focused manner. It avoid unnecessary detail, details, repetitions, and filter words. It also highlight key points clearly for quick understanding, and it helps save time and maintain audience attention. So the benefits of being concise is it improves clarity, impact of message, and enhances efficiency in professional communication. It prevents uh, it prevents information overload. So being conscious is you have to be clarity, your message should impact others, and it enhance efficiency. What is courtesy in communication? Courtesy in communication is use polite, respectful, and professional language. Always use words that makes you feel that you are respecting to your audience. It acknowledge and respect others' opinion and emotion. Don't ever be harsh or use harsh tones or some words or offensive expression. Next is practicing courtesy. How will you practice courtesy? Listen actively without interrupting. You know that the person, whatever he or she is asking you or whatever he or she is telling you, you have to add something. Don't cut that person. First, listen fully. Show empathy and use some words like you nod your head, you can say okay, yeah, I understand. So use positive and inclusive language. Next is impact of conscious courtesy. It builds strong interpersonal and professional relationship. It creates a positive communication environment. It improves collaboration and mutual respect. So, moving forward, what is conversation control? Conversation control, by definition, we mean the ability to guide discussions productively while keeping participants engaged and focused. So, why we use this to set clear objective because it defines the purpose of conversation in advance. It keeps discussion aligned with goals and outcomes. It also guide the flow of discussion. For example, use questions to steer the conversation, summarize key point to main direction, prevent unnecessary digression. So it helps to engage the audience, because see, once you are talking and talking and talking and the other person sitting in front of you, they are just listening. Whatever you are talking, you are just like loaded them with information. It doesn't solve the purpose. If you want to control the conversation, you have to sometimes ask questions, sometimes listen to the question, just engage the audience with different kinds of way that you can or you make them understand. So it can also help the audience to active listening. Like if you pay full attention to the speaker without interrupting, first, so it will give you respect, your body language, your tone of voice, and if you acknowledge to the response and provide proper feedback, then you become a good oral communicator, because clarifying doubt through follow-up question is the best effective way of oral communication. Next, manage participation. People encourage audience to give input from all participants. Control dominant speakers politely. Suppose out in a group of 50 people, one person is constantly talking, one person is constantly answering. So stop that person for some while, encourage some other people to speak. So it ensure balanced contribution, so that one person don't speak and the rest just listen. handle difficult situation. For example, during difficult situations, stay calm and composed. During conflicts, address disagreements respectfully, redirect conversation towards solution. Maintain engagement. What is that? Use interactive techniques, for example, questions, show interest through verbal and non-verbal cues, keep energy and focus throughout the discussion. Techniques of conversation control. What are the techniques? First technique is asking question. Use open-ended question to encourage discussion. Ask clarifying question to ensure understanding. Second is redirecting discussion. Just move the discussion to a direction you want to discuss. For example, the main topic. Politely acknowledge off-topic points before redirecting and maintain focus on objectives and agenda. Managing interruptions is handle interruption calmly and professionally. Give everyone a chance to speak without dominating. Use polite phrases to regain control. So, use such phrases like, let's hear them finish and then start. Let's discuss. May I know your opinion, please? So use such words so that you control the conversation. Reflection in communication. What is reflection in communication? Reflection is the ability to understand, interpret, and restate another person's message accurately. What is the purpose of reflection? Ensures correct understanding of the speaker's message, reduces misunderstanding and communication gap, shows attentiveness and actively listening. The techniques of reflections are paraphrasing the speaker's words in your own language, repeating key points to confirm clarity, asking follow-up questions for deeper understanding. Benefits of reflections would be builds trust and rapport during communication, encourages open and effective dialogue, helps in resolving conflicts and misunderstanding. The best practices are listen carefully without interrupting, focus on both content and intent of the message, use neutral and respectful language while restating. So, these are the reflections in communication. Reflection in communication is whatever you are communicating, how you will be reaching to the reaching to the audience, the reflection of it, the mirror of it. Okay. So, if we are talking about reflection, the mirror of your communication, then of course the next topic to discuss is empathy in communication. What is empathy in the communication? Empathy is the ability to understand and share the emotions and perspectives of others. Importance of empathy would be builds trust and stronger interpersonal relationships, enhances mutual understanding and respect, reduces conflicts and misunderstanding. Key elements of empathy would be active empathy or active listening, emotional awareness, non judgmental attitude. For example, practicing empathy, it would show genuine interest in others' ideas and concern, use supportive and positive language, acknowledge the feelings of the others. You use such sentence or such phrases that I understand your concern. I'm so sorry that you have faced this. I might be your help. I might be at your help. So you need anything? What? How can I help you? Okay, tell me. Be calm. So use positive phrases to just make the person empathic enough so you become a good communicator. Benefits in communication would be improves collaboration and teamwork, encourages open and honest dialogue. Empathy also creates a supportive and inclusive environment. So let's now have a like a relationship between reflection and empathy, because both of these two terms go side by side. So what is reflection? We have seen reflection is focus on understanding and restating the speaker's words and idea, but empathy is understanding sharing the speaker's emotion and perspective. So reflection doesn't have that emotion part, but empathy have that emotion part. So primary focus is reflection is only the content, what is being said, but empathy is the feeling, how it is being experienced, or how it is being shared, or how you are sharing your ideas to the audience. Okay, purpose of this both two is reflection ensures clarity and accurate understanding, empathy builds emotional connection and trust. So example of reflection can be, so you are saying the deadline is too short, and empathy is, I understand that the tight deadline is stressful for you. So you both are same, but one you are directly stating that, so you are telling me that you won't be able to, or you will face difficulty in finishing the task within the short deadline. And second one is, I understand that you have a lot of work to do, and I know that you are in a stressful condition, and the as since due to the short time, it will be very stressful for you to complete the task. Both the thing you are asking for the task, but in a different tone. So how it is important in communication, reflection reduces misunderstanding, empathy strengthens relationships and collaboration between the two parties. What is effective listening? So according to me, like it is a rule that if you want to be a good communicator, you have to be a good listener. So, what is effective listening? Effective listening is active listening involves fully understanding the speaker's meaning, emotion, and intent. What are the key elements of effective listening? Effective listening elements are attention, understanding, and response. Techniques of effective listening can be maintain eye contact and positive body language, avoid interrupting while others are speaking, ask clarifying and probing questions, paraphrase or summarize to confirm understanding. So, what are the barriers of listening? We have already discussed in so many times. So, first barrier is noise, multitasking, distraction. You are doing two work at a time, so it may hamper your effective listening. Prejudgment or assumption, without even understanding, without even listening, you are just coming to your judgment. Lack of interest or attention, emotional biases. So, what will be the benefits of effective listening? Benefits of effective listening is improves understanding and reduces misunderstanding, strengthens relationships and trust. It also encourages open and meaningful communication, which definitely will help in your problem solving and makes you a good manager because you now make a good decision for your own team. So, effective learning is very helpful to become a good oral communicator. Barriers to listening. Like, what are the barriers you can face while you try to listen effectively? First one is external noise. You want to listen properly, but there are so noise, loud music going on that you are not able to concentrate. Maybe mobile phone is ringing, maybe environmental interruption, internal distractions like you are very stressed, or like you have different kind of thoughts in your brain, in your mind, so you are not able to listen whatever someone is speaking to you. It also reduces focus and message comprehension. So biases are is another barrier. For example, preconceived notion or personal opinion about the speaker and the topic leads to selective listening or misinterpretation. It also prevents open and objective understanding. Lack of concentration. What is lack of concentration? Lack of concentration include inability to maintain attention for long periods caused by fatigue, boredom, or multitasking, result in missing important information. Premature judgment. is premature judgment? Premature judgment is forming opinion before the speaker even complete the message. You have already have a judgment about the speaker, so hinder effective understanding communication responses. Whatever the speaker is trying to say, you don't listen. You just stick to whatever you have thought and whatever you have the opinion about the speaker. Last one is impact of listening barriers. So what are the impact can be? It causes misunderstanding, it causes communication gaps, it may reduce effectiveness of interaction, reflects relationship and decision making. So it will hamper the full effective working condition of a company. Next is active listening technique. So, how to overcome these barriers? Overcome these barriers are maintain attention, focus completely on the speaker without distraction, avoid multitasking and external interruption. Show attentiveness through eye contact and body language. So, body language, eye contact is the first thing that makes you a good communicator as well as active listener, because it is through this two element that you are making people understand that you are responding back. So it is the very most important part of active listening as well as active communicator. Second is nod and respond. Use verbal cues like yes, I see, right, like this, so that nodding or small gestures show engagement. So if you are nodding like this, or if I'm telling that, if I'm imagining that you are sitting in front of me and then telling you something, that it helps me also easier to communicate. It also encourages the speaker to continue sharing. Okay, so ask clarifying questions, seek additional information to avoid misunderstanding, use open-ended questions for deeper insight, ensure accurate interpretation of the message. So, whatever you speak after that, just before the conclusion, you summarize it, that we have discussed on very this topic, we have learned so many points. If you have any question, you can ask me, or like if you want to clarify something, you can ask. And the last one is, of course, feedback. Feedback gives you thoughtful responses based on what was heard. It also show appreciation or acknowledgement of ideas. It strengthens communication and trust. So, what are nonverbal communication? We have already done this. Nonverbal communications are the communications without words through gesture, posture, political expression, and tone of voice. The elements are the gesture, posture, tone of voice, and a facial expression. We have done importance also. Importance is reinforces or clarify verbal message, plays a major role in first impression. Functions of non-verbal communication could be complement spoken communication, substitute word, regulate interaction. That is turn taking cues. Impact in communication is enhances understanding and engagement, builds credibility and trust, reduces misunderstanding when aligned with the verbal communication. Facial expression. Facial expression is the expression you give over this part of your body. Gesture is moving your hands, arms, or head to communicate ideas. So these three things is very important. The way you move, it will show you whether you are speaking positively or speaking negatively. Okay. Next is body language. Body language is very important. We will do the body language part in detail, but for now, you just understand body language is posture, stance, and physical movement. It reflects confidence, openness, or defensiveness. It supports or contradicts spoken words. Okay, and we have come across a word called paralanguage. What is paralanguage? Paralanguage is vocal elements other than words, tone, pitch, pace, and volume. conveys emotional and attitude while speaking, enhances meaning and impact of verbal communication. So it is a kind of word that it conveys both emotions and attitude while speaking. So importance of body language is builds trust, reflects confidence, shapes perception, enhances communication, improves interaction. So what is building trust? Building trust is positive body language, that is eye contact, open posture, which will be helping you to build rapport and confidence. Reflex ideas, confidences, upright posture, control movement, strong body language, improved presence during communication. So these are the reflect confidence. Next is shapes perception. Body language also shapes perception by the first impression are largely formed through non-verbal cues, because while giving impressions you have to use your body language. Then it impacts how messages are interpreted. It also enhances and support and complements verbal messages. It makes communication more engaging and impactful. It also encourages openness and active participation, reduces chances of misunderstandings. So, business scenario activities analyze how oral and non-verbal communication influence customer interaction and experience. This is a small task I have prepared for you. You analyze of your own any company, any small task of a company is giving, and then analyze as per the objective, role of oral communication, role of non-verbal communication, impact on customer experience, practical application and outcome. So we have already discussed this. The only thing is that practical application. What's practical application? Practical application is respond calmly and professionally in all the situations. No situations is out of your syllabus. Every situation is you face, you have to have your calm temperature, calm body language, and professional attitude, and a polite and respectful posture. Understood? So, next is outcome. The outcome of this activity will be better customer relationship and loyalty, improved service quality and brand image, most effective problem solving and communication. So, moving forward, the purpose of writing. In first is inform. It is like uh, persuade, document, build professional credibility, support effective communication. So, what is inform? Provide clear and accurate information to the reader, because sharing knowledge, fact, and update effectively will help in educating and guiding the audience. Next is how you persuade or how you bargain your time, fact, argument, and example to the audience, or your thought, opinion, or action to be shared in common in proposals, marketings, and business communication. What is document? Everything in communicate should be in written documentation, and you should have an essentials for report, agreements, and official communication. Ensure that accountability and future references. Every organization, every institution, they have some certifications of their own institute. So if you don't maintain such documents, there will be very problem for the entire team or the organization. Next is build professional credibility, reflects clarity, professionalism, and competence. It is well structured, written, enhances trust and reputation. It supports effective communication, that is, ensures consistent and clear messaging, reduces misunderstanding compared to verbal communication, complements oral and non verbal communication. Okay, so I hope you are understanding so far. So, how to write in a clear way? Use simple, precise, and easy understandable language. Use accurate facts. Use brevity, that is, keep your message concise and to the point. Avoid unnecessary words and repetitions, and save times and keep the reader engaged. Be professionalism and be coherence to the team member and the managers. Use precise language, maintain logical flow, adopt reader friendly structure, avoid unnecessary complexity, enhance understanding. So, like, these are all the things that you have to keep in mind always throughout your life while you are writing. So, just keep these things in your brain for lifetime. Then you will be a good writer or a good communicator within the organization or within some kind of roles that you will be playing in your future. Principles of effective copywriting is audience focus, understand the target audience need, expectations, and level of understanding, adapt tone, language, and content accordingly, ensure the message is relevant and meaningful to the reader. So it uses clear, simple, and easy to understand language, avoid unnecessary jargon, complex words, and lengthy sentences, keep the message direct and straightforward. Next is correct grammar. Use proper grammar, spelling, and pronunciation. Maintain consistency in tense, tone, and formatting. It enhances clarity and professionalism of writing. So, moving forward, organization structure. Our organization structure in effective writing would be arrange content in a logical flow, like introduction to body to conclusion. Use headings, bullet points, and paragraphs for better readability. Ensure smooth transition between ideas, because while you are writing can also be boring or monotonous. So use some bullet point, some paragraph while writing or taking a note. Next is enhances communication effectiveness, improves clarity, reduces misunderstanding. It helps achieve the purpose of communication effectively and efficiently. Moving forward, approaching the writing process systematically. So, in the next session, we will be learning about letters, like how to write a letter, the different phases of letter writing. So, m- before moving forward to letter writing, I would suggest you to go through this slide, because this is how your writing process should be. First one will be follow a structured process. Second is pre-writing planning stage, third drifting stage, fourth editing stage, and the last one is the printing stage. So, what is structured process? Structured process is writing should be planned and organized step by step, reducing error and improves overall effectiveness. Second is identify purpose audience. Identify purpose, identify your audience and objectives. Gather ideas, data, and relevant information. So, create an outline before you start writing. Whatever you need to write, you first plan that you have to write all these things. Third is writing. That is, you write now. Whatever you have planned, whatever you have gathered, you develop content now. Focus on the clarity, use simple language. Next is revising. That is, after you have completed your writing process, now you revise on or clarify your spelling, your formatting, you check grammar, and refine the content to improve readability and impact. And like the last and the final stage is, after you have complete everything, ensure consistency and professionalism, enhances clarity and logical flow, and improves quality and effectiveness of communication. So pre-writing stage is planning stage, writing stage is drafting stage, revising is editing stage. This is the 3 into 3 writing process. This is being practiced across the globe, and since it has 3 clear steps, we call it, or this is being called, the 3 into 3 writing process. That is planning, drafting, editing. What happens in planning? We discussed earlier. Analyze the purpose, audience, and message. Gather relevant information, facts, and ideas. Organize thoughts using outlines or brainstorm. What is the drafting stage? Develop the first draft based on the planned structure. Focus on clear expression of ideas and logical flow. Use appropriate tone, language, and format. And last one is the editing stage. What is editing stage? Review content for clarity, accuracy, and completeness. Check grammar, punctuation, and sentence structure. It also improve organization to refine the message. So, what are the benefits of this 3 into 3 writing? It ensures a systematic and organized approach to writing, enhances clarity, coherence, and professionalism, reduces errors, and improves overall communication effective. So, I hope you have got a basic idea of 3 into 3 writing process. Moving forward in detail is first one, pre-writing stage. Identify the target audience, adapt tone, language, and content accordingly. Ensure the message is relevant and understanding. Clearly define your objective. Set specific goals for your communication. Keep the message focused and purposeful. Gather all the collective facts, relevant facts, and data and examples that you want to share. Use credible and reliable sources, ensures accuracy and completeness of content. It also organizes ideas. Pre-writing stage is not the actual writing, so you just focus on organizing ideas, arranging information, making it logical and clearly outline or structure for the content you will be writing just after this stage. So, importance of pre-writing it, it saves time during drafting and revising, improves clarity, organization, and effectiveness. It also forms a strong foundation for quality rating. Now, writing stage. Draft the message, develop some version of your pre-writing plan. Do not worry about perfection. You just write. Then is follow a clear format, that is introduction, body, conclusion. Organize paragraphs around key ideas. Ensure smooth flow between points. Use appropriate tone. That is, adapt tone based on audience and purpose. Use formal and informal tone. Maintain professionalism in business writing. Ensure that your tone is polite, clear, and respectful. Apply correct formatting. That is, use heading, bullet points, and paragraphs for readability. Maintain consistent style and layout. Make the document visually organized and easy to follow. Focus on clarity and coherence. Express ideas simply and avoid unnecessary complexity. Ensure all points are connected logically. Keep the message focused on the objective. So, after writing, it is the revising stage. That is the last stage. editing for clarity. You edit all the ambiguity, all the expression, unnecessary complex word, complex sentences. You do your spell check, you do pronunciation, you do grammatical check, verify the facts and figures are proper or not, maintain consistency in tone and language. Improve tone and style, that is, ensure tone matches the purpose and the audience, maintain professionalism and politeness, use appropriate vocabulary and expression. It also ensures logical flow between sentences and paragraphs. Use transitions to connect ideas smoothly, rearrange content if needed for better structure, and also proofreading and final review, that is, read the document carefully and carefully finalize the final document after checking format, layout, and presentation. And after you do everything, make final refinement to improve overall quality and proceed with the document. Specific writing characteristics would be coherence, unity, tone, readability, importance of these features in your writing. So coherence, you know that it ensures idea flow logically from one sentence to another. It helps reader to follow the message easily. Also, it creates a link between words. Unity is focus on one main idea with each paragraph, supporting all the sentences and avoid irrelevant or unrelated information. What is tone? Excuse me. Tone is reflects the writer attitude and approach, should match the purpose and audience of the writing, maintain consistency throughout the documents. So tone is something, sorry, tone is reflects the writer attitude and approach. It can be formal, informal, and persuasive. It can match the purpose and audience of writing. It can maintain consistency throughout the document. So I'm being talking about telling you always to maintain your tone. Whatever tone you are speaking, you should keep that tone in a proper modulated way, in a positive way, so that the audience will able to understand you. And of course, whatever you are writing, it should have that readability feature, that is, make content easy to read and understand. People should understand whatever you are writing. Use some simple words, short sentences, and clear formatting, because it will have a better presentation if you include heading, spacing, and bullet points. So ultimately, it helps clarity and effectiveness of communication. It improves audience understanding and engagement. It strengthens overall quality and professionalism of writing. What is coherence in writing? It is logical connection of ideas, use of transition words, for example, however, therefore, moreover, firstly, finally, okay, secondly, I'm including this. These are all the transition words from one paragraph to another paragraph, one sentence to another sentence. You should have a proper introduction, explanation, and conclusion. You should have a clear relationship between points, shows some cause and effect. Also, like ensures each idea support the main message and avoid unrelated or disconnected information. it, the benefits of coherence can be enhances understanding and clarity, makes writing more engaging and effective. It also helps readers follow the message easily. So, electronic writing process. What is electronic writing process? Electronic writing process is writing conducted through digital platforms such as email, chats, reports, and online tools. So, here your professional tone should be very polite, respectful, and formal language. And to like if you have a formal professional tone, then it will help you to keep message brief and to the point. Use simple language and structured formatting and highlight important information for easy understanding. Because digitally, nowadays we have been more shifted from hard copy to soft copy. So, email writing, instant messaging, digital documents, and collaborations, for example, shared files, you should always have be professional in writing those in those platforms. So proper formatting is required here. Use subject line, paragraph, bullet points, and headings. Ensure readability on digital screens. Maintain consistency in styles and presentation. Digital etiquettes. Or we at present we are calling it netiquettes. So netiquettes are respond timely and appropriately. Avoid typing in all caps. That is, because if you use more capital letters, if you use more capital letter words, it denotes that you are shouting. So capital letters are used for shouting boldly. So respect privacy and maintain professionalism. Importance may include enhance efficiency and speed of the business. Communication supports remote work and collaboration, builds professional image in digital environment. Email writing is the best practice because it has a clear subject line, it has a professional tone, and it has conscious message. Short and crisp in short paragraph, you can approach to anyone with your thought in a formal way. It has a proper structure, it has proofreading and professional formatting. Start with a clear introduction or purpose, then check for the grammars, avoid clutter or over long emails, make content easy to read on digital devices. Common mistake in business writing are long sentences, usage of jargon, grammar errors, unclear objective, impact of these mistakes. For example, people may use long sentences, never ending sentences, maybe one paragraph is one sentence. Those are just a common mistake. Those are not acceptable actually. Use of jargons, as I have said, don't use too many of complex terms, too many of difficult terms, don't use flashy vocabulary. Also, control your grammatical errors. Try to speak in a good grammar or without any grammatical mistake. Use punctuation, spelling mistake, use sentence structure. So write in a way that it reduces all the errors, because these are the basic errors that you shouldn't make while writing. It reduces credibility and professionalism, because see, if you are writing to someone professionally and out of two sentences you have two spelling mistake and two grammatical mistake, then it doesn't solve the purpose. You have a negative feedback about you. Next is unclear objective. Please be clear about whatever you are telling. Whatever your purpose is, write it in a proper way, in a short way, and just mention your or define your goals before writing, so that your intended message will be clearly sent to the person. And impact of these mistakes can weaken clarify and effectiveness of communication. It affects professional images and credibility. It creates misunderstanding and confusion. So how will you apply improvement technique? Use clear conscious language, structure the email logically and proper formatting, rewrite the email, create a structure and reader friendly version, ensure accuracy, clarity and coherence, include a clear call to action if required. The outcome can be enhanced professionalism in business writing, better understanding and response from the reader, improve clarity and effectiveness of communication. So, key writing principles are focus on audience, purpose, and organization, maintain coherence and unity, tone and readability. Avoid common mistakes such as jargon and long sentence. Digital communication is following best practices improves effectiveness and responses. Email and electronic writing require professionalism and consciousness. And the overall outcome will be strong communication skill, enhance managerial effectiveness. It can also improve decision making, collaboration, and business success. So, to write a good email, you have to maintain all these features, because unless and until your message, your clarity, or your tone of your said message is not reaching to the person sitting in front of you, or to your manager, or to the group of people you want to send the email, you won't be a good communicator, because good writing gives you a proper decision making, collaboration, and business success. So thank you, students. I hope you have enjoyed this lecture. You will learn a lot from this lecture. And see, this is a everyday learning. You are being facing these issues every day. I'm just jotting it down and sharing with you what to do and what not to do, how to practice and what to practice to become a good communicator. So thank you, everyone. We will be again meeting in the next lecture. Till then, have a good day and be safe. Thank you.